the supporters here this afternoon. These sorts of events just cannot happen without the supporters, without the friends and family who come to watch these games. Many of you from all over the world, which is really good to see. Also, I'd like to remind you of the streaming. So all these games are in water cameras and above water cameras, and you can all be streamed live. So if you have a look at your, if you go to the tournament website, you'll see a link to the streaming site.
So we are live now from Tasmania, Hobart. It'll be U23 men's USA versus Canada. And you see here, the boys are getting ready to play. Refs are talking, and it seems that game is starting a bit here in game number 19. USA wearing black. Canada's wearing white. Once again, this is the U23 division. We have several players here. U23 USA cab number 1 and so Samuel Mariani, number 2 Nathan, number 3 Decker, number 4 Michael, number 6 we have Che, number 7 we have Ege, number 8 we have Omar, number 9 we have Tristan, number 10 is Lee, and number 12 is Ray. From Canada we have Leo, number 2 cab, number 3 cab it will be McKinney. Number 4, Remy. Number 5, Francis. Number 7, Jean. Number 8, Hugo. Number 9, Lance. Number 11 is Casey. Number 12 was Sam. Number 13, Calder. And number 14, Jacob for Canada. Teams are getting ready here in this beautiful Hobart. Local time is 5 p.m. 5 p.m. local time. Referees are getting ready to set up. Puck is set up. Local time here in Hobart, Tasmania is 5 p.m. United States East Coast is 3 a.m. and West Coast is 2 a.m. And my name is Samuel. I'll be commenting this game, and with me joining. And with me joining.
Yeah, joining.
Samuel
and Stuart Parkinson is the Canadian under-23 men kick-off against the USA under-23 men. A nice drive from the Canadians there initially off the strike, Sam.
Yes, indeed. It seems like the Canadian have control of the puck right now at this time. USA now pushing the puck. Seems we have a call from the referees.
Yeah, a little bit of tit for tat there from the Canadians and the USA. The refs have called it. Robbie Kilpatrick in there refereeing in the water, and he's decided that it's a free against the USA, an advantage puck for the Canadians. So it's going to be interesting to see in this grudge match of the Americas what the Canadians can come up with off this advantage puck. Sam.
Most definitely. We have the Canadian taking the puck and shooting it towards the middle of the score, of the court. And we have great defense by USA taking the puck all the way to the corner.
Yeah, a nice swim by the USA. A good counter-attack off the advantage puck that the Canadians had. And now they're just drilling along the wall. Some good numbers from the USA guys. Canadians just sort of holding it up there. My apologies. Canada player is holding it up there and consolidating possession, which is quite smart, given that the momentum the USA guys managed to establish in that drive, Sam.
It seems like we have a call against. Oh, here we go. We change it again. Against USA again, gloving. Referee is calling against USA. We have puck advantage, Team Canada right now.
Yeah, so advantage to Canada there. Obviously, the USA had a good drive down the left-hand wall, and sometimes in those aggressive drives, you can unfortunately touch the puck a little bit much with your glove and end up having a ref call you for gloving. So in that case, I reckon that's what's happened there. But a real sort of like tit-for-tat, aggressive play from both teams here. The Canadians just sort of starting to establish the advantage of movement as they push down the court, Sam.
Definitely. This is we have another. Well, we're not calling it yet. We have a call from the referee. Let's see why the officials are going to call it. Officials looking for a player. Looking.
So
free arm.
Yeah, the in-water referee there has decided that he's going to give number 1 from the USA, Samuel Mariani Baez, a warning for a free arm and the advantage puck going to Canada. So obviously the referee in the water there, Rob Kilpatrick, just saw something he didn't like. So old Samuel better watch himself from now on. He can't really afford to do one of those fouls again. Otherwise, if the refs see it anyway, they'll definitely put him in the sin bin, Sam.
Most definitely. That's what's going to happen if he does it again. This is a really fast court. Bottom is completely tiled, and it's a really, really fast game. Guys going to be really exhausted after this first half, definitely.
Yeah, so the USA doing a really good counter-attack on the Canadians at the moment after a Canadian advantage puck. I think the USA have been quite good so far at getting fresh guys in when the players under their sub bench and maximising the use of those fresh legs and those full lungs of the guys to generate a good drive down to their attacking end of the court. Really sort of peppering the corner of the Canadian defence at the moment. The Canadians just starting to get a bit of an advantage in their defensive corner with the refs calling up another infringement. It's going against the Canadians and for the USA for a chopping stick infringement for the Canadians. So, again, they're going to have to watch that. But this is a good opportunity for the USA to have a crack at scoring a goal, Sam.
Let's see if USA can score here, or if we have the great Canadian defensive taking it out of the danger zone plays. And they did a great defensive move by the Canada there, taking the puck on the wall now and losing it now against USA. USA is trying to bash the puck back into the danger zone for Canada, but Canada seems to have possession of the puck again. Yeah,
that's right. A good counter-attack from Canada, again from their sub-bench side, so they've probably got a couple of fresh guys in after their initial defence against the USA, with another call from the referees holding up the play, another stick infringement. This one's going against the USA. Pretty much at their... Oh, no, it's in the middle of the court. I was about to say it's near their sub-bench, but that was incorrect. So Canada doing a good amount of effort. Again, down that right-hand wall for them, the left-hand wall for the USA. Neither team, except on that free puck, trying to open it up. And even then, as soon as that Canadian guy got fronted by the USA competitor, he sort of pushed it back into or back in the direction the puck had come from instead of taking it all the way to the other side of the court, Sam.
Yes, as you can see here, USA has possession of the puck at this time, taking the puck all the way to the other side, dangerous zone for Canada right now. Holding the puck there, and they have a great defense. Canada has a great defense, that most definitely.
Yeah, it was a nice swim by the USA dudes to take it all the way down into deep attack for them. Now, they're sitting in the right-hand corner. Neither team is really trying hard to get it out of there yet. I think they're both just kind of waiting for the other team to do it. It's always a tough ask after you've been doing a lot of work to sort of jump into the very sort of depths of that corner and try and generate any kind of momentum either at the tray for attack or or out down the sidewall for defence. So it's basically staying in that corner. It's been in there for about 30 seconds with a lot of rotation happening on the surface and a lot of single breath and back down to the bottom efforts, with neither team with a clear advantage, although the USA have just managed to get it out of the corner and sort of get it closer to the corner of the tray of the Canadians, Sam.
Yes, we can see we have a call from one of the refs. Hands up. I'm pretty sure what they're calling. It's sticking Frenchman. It seems to be against USA. But we have a ref timeout at this time. Officials is talking to Team USA, explaining what is happening and what is the call about.
Yeah, I think that was basically just the referee in the water explaining to the USA that he'd been seeing a lot of the same kind of infringements and essentially just telling the USA team to watch out for stick infringements and trying to hit the stick prior to hitting the puck as they're attacking. Generally, those kind of, you could see the sort of hand movements is pretty standard for the refs to just sort of turn around and explain that to a team that they've seen doing a lot of that sort of stuff, Sam.
Most definitely. I did not see any type of warning signal, but it seems like if they do it again, they're going to get penalized.
Yeah, I think, it just goes to show that the refs are being quite measured in their approach to refereeing, so they're looking after the teams as well as administering the game, and obviously it was obvious to that ref that the USA guys were kind of doing that. Maybe he didn't think they were doing it deliberately yet, so instead of giving them a team warning, he's just sort of like told them what not to do. And probably the next time they do it, it'll be a team warning, and then the sin bin after that, as the Canadians drive nice and hard down the left-hand side of their court, all the way to the right-hand side defensive corner for the USA, and it ends up again in a corner with a lot of rotation, a lot of effort going on by everyone involved, Sam.
It seems like we have a pretty even game. You notice here, it goes from one corner to another. Nobody has scored yet. Both teams are doing really good in keeping the puck out of the goal. And this time we have a free arm, and I guess it's against Canada right now. We have a vantage puck for Team USA.
Yeah, that's right. Like I said before, I'm not seeing either team try and open the game up at all. They're not really swimming any kind of lines apart from straight. When they do swim a little bit off straight, they don't really tend to carry it through too far before they straighten up again. And generally what that means is that neither team is taking the puck away from the opposition structure that much. So there's a lot of engaged puck from both teams. There's a lot of fighting on the bottom. And essentially, really, those big drives come from as soon as the opposition team has had their front line turned, and as soon as the other team gets a bit of momentum going, as long as they stay down and drive that puck, they usually take it all the way down to the corner of the tray. But you can see, once they get to the corner, both teams are having a lot of trouble getting it out of there, Sam.
Hey, we have an official here calling sticking Frenchman against Canada right now. USA has advantage of the puck again. I think both teams are being pretty conservative, not swimming and doing the swing like you're saying. Of course, they're playing one by one, and it does becomes a little bit even the game that way.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which one of these two teams can swim this game out. I think in the end it's probably going to come down to which team can get the numbers on the bottom the most. As the referees play a bit of advantage, that's the signal on the surface for advantage there. They've called the foul up now, but at the moment it's looking like it's definitely going to be a numbers on the bottom game if both teams continue to play the same style as each other, which by the looks of it they basically are at the moment, Sam.
Yes, we have a referee timeout, and we are in the first half of the U23 USA and Canada. This time their officials are talking about the infringement that occurred right now. Sticking Frenchman against the USA. Canada has the advantage of the puck right now. The puck is going to be set in the dangerous zone for USA. Let's see if USA can actually defend and keep the puck off out of the goal.
Yeah, so what they were doing there, the refs, they were looking for a particular player to put into the sin bin for a particular infringement. So that's the vice captain of the USA, number 4. That would be Michael Hilton is going to spend at least a minute in the sin bin for something that the referees didn't like. So that basically means that the Canadians for the next minute are going to have 6 versus 5 advantage. And the other thing too is that they're on the non-sub-bench side of their attacking court, basically with the numerical advantage, Sam.
Most definitely. Canada, it has the advantage right now. Should take that moment to score on Team USA. But it seems that the puck is going the opposite way now. USA is defending it pretty well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, unless you move the puck around, even 5 versus 6 in defence can be quite easily a lot easier for the defence. And the Canadians, have been put right on the back foot by a really good swim there by one of the USA guys. He basically took it from all the way from the defensive side all the way to the last attacking quarter for the USA team. An excellent swim. Unfortunately, he just didn't have the legs to go all the way, or maybe he was just sort of in the wrong body position to beat that last defender from Canada, Sam.
Most definitely. That breakaway, if I'm not mistaken, was by number 7, Ege, which holds a dual citizenship USA and Turkey.
Yeah, right. So, he's obviously got a fair bit of toe behind him, a fair bit of speed as the USA bring the puck again into their attacking half and look to sort of take the advantage against Canada with one guy down in the water. So, I mean, we've seen this a little bit today where a team has gone down in numbers and that puck has gone into the tray by the USA team, and unless the refs have seen something bad, the USA team, it looks like they've scored a goal, have scored with, well, if their 6th player wasn't out of the water, he was out of the water for most of that passage of play, Sam.
We'll see. Let's see who made that score. It seems like number 4, if I'm not mistaken. The score, not sure. I'll get definitely the right information in a bit.
Yeah, so a really good drive, a really good push by the USA there, and they definitely made the Canadian team pay for their lack of attention on the bottom. I don't know, maybe the Canadians just assumed that because they were one guy up, they were going to have the advantage. The refs have called I think they've called a break, or they've definitely called an infringement of some kind. I think they're going to give it to the Canadian advantage. But the referees are having a little bit of a chat, a little bit of a ref's timeout before they decide. I think 1-0 to the USA.
Yeah, I think both buzzers from both court went off at the same time, and they got confused. Most definitely, it looked like somebody took off prior of the buzzer, but it was right at the buzzer.
Yeah, that's right. So it looks like they've actually set it up again, and they're going to redo the strike. So that's a nice, reasonable outcome from the refs as the USA win that strike and come over the left-hand side of the court, driving nice and hard down the left. A little bit of a flick from that halfback from the USA. Didn't really flick it to anyone though, unfortunately, as his supportive player went up. So now they've got a few numbers on the bottom as they keep driving that left-hand side of the court, right underneath the sub-bench of the Canadians, Sam.
Most definitely. The puck is on the wall right now. They're fighting head-to-head. It's a really fast game. We have a call from the official, and this one is against Team Canada. It looks like it's some type of gloving.
Yeah, that's right. That signal was definitely for a gloving call on Canada, so it'll be the USA advantage puck right near the attacking tray for the USA. So they're going to want to look to really finish this off and put another goal in before half time. We've got just under 2 minutes to play. Unfortunately, the puck is in the corner at the moment. It's quite a hard place to score from for the USA, and quite an easy place to defend for Canada, just as long as they keep their rotations going and their numbers on the bottom, Sam.
It's pretty easy to glove when you are fighting the puck right at the wall. It happens a lot to players. It's normal. It could be either gloving or advancing the puck with anything other than a stick. That's the call for that we just saw a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah, that's right. And as we're talking, we can see the USA just having a proper crack at trying to go down the back wall there with a lot of kind of aggression, but the Canadians have managed to weather that storm and sort of still push it out to quite close to their sub-bench. I reckon if they can keep it there, they'll probably get a couple of fresh subs in and look to try and establish the advantage in this last minute in this first half.
We just noticed a great rotation there from the Team Canada. Good alignment and good defense there. referee here, an official, is pointing at someone right now, pointing out 1 minute for. It looks like it could be a dangerous shot or a sportsmanship.
Yeah, it's interesting. Normally that call would be for 2 minutes, but I guess if he decided that it was like, maybe the chief ref will confirm, but it looks like they are going to go out for either a dangerous flick or an unsportsmanlike behaviour for only 1 minute, which, like I said, is rare. But with 20 seconds to go, I'm sure that player that's sitting in the sin bin now is counting his lucky stars that he hasn't got 2 minutes. And it looks like it might have been a goal again for the USA team. The refs are conferring, and yep, it's confirmed by the chief ref. The USA have scored with basically 10 seconds to go as the clock runs out and halftime is called. The USA leading 2-0 versus Canada, Sam.
Yes, now we have a goal was made by Team USA, black, and now we have 3 minutes. We changed size. Canada goes to one side now, and USA goes to the other side. Very specifically, when you're looking at the pool right now, it's a switch from one side of the court to another.
Yeah, that's right. They swap sides. They're obviously going to grab their water bottles. You can see them grabbing their little gear trays there, their little floaty trays. They take them over their players and they just start sucking down as much fluids as they can, listening to their coach and really breathing as much air and sort of counteracting all the lactic acid that's built up over the last 15 minutes of holding their breath and working at 100%. I don't know what's going to go through the mind of the Canadian coach. He's definitely going to have to come up with something pretty special to tell his players, because in my opinion, the USA, even though it was a close match, very similar styles, the USA definitely had the advantage on the Canadian team in that first half, Sam.
Completely agree with you, and it's really nice to see both teams playing clean and having fun. The refs are doing a great job, a great formation, and I think they're doing the right calls, definitely.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it was a very reasonable first half being refereed by the in-water refs, with a lot of explanations for the players and without too many assumptions based around the fact that players were doing things deliberately, which is obviously why a lot of guys weren't getting thrown out, even though there was a lot of chatter between the referees and the players. So that's nice to see, a little bit of a level head from the referees as well as the players, listening and obviously making some adjustments to the way that they're playing to sort of try and avoid making infringements that are going to end up with them in the sin bin. We saw in the game just prior to this one, South Africa versus Argentina. The South Africans won the game, but they spent, I don't know, probably a lot of time with one or two players in the sin bin for probably about half the actual game, Sam. And from a team's point of view, you really don't want too many people in the sin bin too often in a game. You definitely want to limit that just to give your team the best chance of actually coming out with a win.
Most definitely, I completely agree. Now we have still 30 seconds of the before we start the second half here. Pretty close to the start of the second half here. We have Team USA in black 2 to 0 to Canada, which are wearing white.
Yeah, and so interestingly, I'm not sure if you noticed, but there is actually a Canadian guy in the sin bin at the moment. So the Canadians are going to have this kick-off for the second half with 5 in the water, and the USA will have 6. So the US are going to have a numerical advantage on the first kick-off. So it'll be interesting to see if they go for the spear play here or not.
We have buzzer for the strike, and it seems like the USA took the strike there, taking the puck all the way to the wall. It seems like it's on the wall on the far left of the pool.
Yeah, the USA won the strike there by a fair bit, but then decided to take it left, which is a fair enough play. They've pushed the Canadians all the way back into their defensive quarter on the other side of the court to their sub bench, so it's quite a hard spot to sub from, quite hard to get fresh players in that area of the court. So it's going to be interesting to see if the USA can apply some quality pressure here and come up with something special to put the puck in the tin.
We just started the second half with 14 minutes into the game, and it seems that Canada actually is defending pretty well, pushing the puck now towards the USA danger zone.
Yeah, that's right. The Canadians are definitely trying to establish some kind of momentum coming out of their defence. Again, they're not really trying to move the puck anywhere else other than where it is. Just trying to sort of go through the opposition as opposed to out and around. Which, like obviously they've elected to do. They like to be able to contain the puck in that one spot and get their fast swimmers with a lot of numbers around the puck ideally. Both teams are pretty much doing the same thing at the moment. It's definitely working better for USA than it is for Canada, as the refs call another infringement this time, I believe, on it looks like the Canadians, Sam.
Definitely. Canada has a disadvantage now on this time. It looks like a stick infringement. USA has the puck, and they are going to try to go into that dangerous zone again.
Yeah, so again, the USA guys taking the advantage, and the refs have called another infringement. It looks like it's going to be a chopping foul. That's definitely what that single means anyway, and it's going to be against Canada again. Interestingly enough, off that last advantage, the USA elected to just keep the puck on the left-hand side. And as you can see there, the Canadians are setting up on that same side. So the Canadians have had number 12 thrown out. Looks like Sam Mainville is going to spend some time in the sin bin, so they're going to be one player down again as the USA drive the puck onto the other side of the court, which was surprising, and gain a lot of ground, take it into the very deep right-hand corner of their attack as the Canadians try and consolidate some kind of defensive possession in there, Sam.
Unusually for the Team USA to make a swing that way. We haven't seen it since it started. Both teams are playing really conservative, pushing the puck forward, not making any type of effort to do the swing and opening the play, like you were saying before. It seems like the Team USA has the dominance on the bottom right now, even though they don't have possession. Team Canada has possession right now this time. Great defense. Team USA has the puck right now. Great effort by Team Canada and good defense.
Yeah, it looks like even though the USA have put the puck in the tin, one of the referees has seen a gloving infringement from USA. The refs are going to have a refs timeout. They're making sure that the chief referee has seen that, and they're just going to have a little bit of a chat just to make sure that what the refs saw that called the gloving and called no goal is actually legitimate, and the other guys agree. It looks like they do, and it's going to be a advantage puck for Canada in their defence. The USA guys won't be too happy about that, Sam.
No, most definitely. I mean, once you waste all that energy and that effort to put the puck inside, get a call like that. But if that's what the referees are seeing, gloving into the goal, then that's what it is. It's gloving. They need to put the puck in the goal using the stick, of course.
A really nice hit there from Canada on a USA guy, getting a lot of advantage and just basically hitting the afterburners and going for a big swim down the left-hand side. A very nice counter-attack straight off the sub-bench for the Canadians. It was a good drive, but it actually looks like the USA have managed to counteract that now, and they're coming back. They're coming back down the pool in numbers, not on a breakaway, but in numbers with good numerical advantage initially anyway. But again, as this game has shown, it's a little bit tit for tat. So the USA again are driving back down that same side of the court. It's very hard to pick a team that is actually doing better than the other at the moment, Sam.
Oh, we have 10 minutes and 30 seconds of the second half right now. Team USA 2 leading the game to 0 Canada right now. Canada has the possession of the puck, driving it towards the wall. We'd say the right side of the court. I believe so.
Yeah, that's right. You are right. Obviously, the numerical, the score is obviously in USA's favour. I guess what I was talking about was more the fact that on any of the plays, on any of the individual plays, it's very hard to see a team that consistently establishes an advantage in the pool, play to play. It's pretty much just, one drive after the other. USA go for a drive, Canada go for a drive, and then every now and again, I think we can safely say that the USA have definitely been better in attack than Canada. But geez, there's a lot of time spent on the one side, backwards and forwards, Sam.
Local time here in Tasmania, Canada. Tasmania, sorry. I apologize. Tasmania home court is 5:27. I-27 for those folks who actually are looking at the live stream elsewhere.
Yeah, it looks to me like the Canadians might have actually scored on the United States. They're slapping the water and they're looking pretty happy. There's a bit of chat going on between the USA captain and the referees at the moment. But the chief referee, I believe, has confirmed that it was a goal. So regardless of what the USA team want to complain about, I don't think the referees are going to change their decision. So that's 1 goal to Canada, 2 goals to USA. The referees are having a bit of a chat. So it is still possible that they might come to the chief ref and have a bit of a chat to make sure. But both teams are back on the wall now, so just trying to see which player actually got given that goal. The chief ref is holding their hand up and they're going to kick it off again. So, yep, Canada has scored a goal. Well done to Canada. 2-1 USA to Canada with 9 minutes to go in this second half, Sam.
Great job for Canada. Good effort. Great push there. They're not giving up yet. They're a strong team and they're holding together. Still have 8 minutes, 40 seconds of the second half. So the game is not over yet. They are trying their best to come back and even out the game.
Yeah, that's right. And it's great to see these great competitors putting so much effort into this America versus Canada grudge match here on the first day at the 4th CMAS Group Age World Championships here in Hobart. What do you think of Hobart so far, Sam?
This is beautiful. It is. The place is. I hardly had any words to describe it. The crowd, the people, the environment, the climate, the scenery, everything is beautiful. Since we have a goal for Team USA, at least number 2, which is Nathan Baker. Nathan Baker, number 2, seems that have that goal there. Now the score is 3-1, leading USA.
So it looks like Nathan Baker scored that goal for the USA, and a really nice team drive from that team to come back from basically a goal that Canada put into the tin, pretty much against the flow of the game. Really, the USA have managed to keep the Canadians out of the tin for most of this game. So, I mean, hats off to the USA guys that they came back after getting scored on and just basically put another goal in the tin, Sam.
Oh, most definitely. Once you put the opposite team put a goal in, you kind of, your morale goes a little down. But it seems like they're holding themselves pretty good, and they push harder, and they got the opportunity of scoring again. Seems like they're pushing. USA is pushing the puck now towards the Canadians' danger zone. We have a call from one of the officials. At this time, he's calling against Canada. He's calling against Canada, and I'm not clear on what he's calling. Maybe a sticking freshman or barging, but it's definitely against Canada. The USA has advantage of the puck, and they're fighting the puck on the right side of the pool. It seems like Canada is driving the puck up to the USA danger zone.
Yeah, that's right. It's pretty again, a pretty close game, and as the USA get another fresh guy into the water, you can see that it's just staying on that sub-bench side of the court, right on that flexible lower wall, as the Canadians go for another drive right underneath the American sub-bench. The Americans trying to get in there to break up that movement, to break up their ability to dictate the passage of play, but at the moment the Canadians are doing a good job of just kind of controlling where that puck is and slowly but surely working it down the court, Sam.
They are doing a great job. We have a call here from one of the officials, dangerous shot or sportsmanship. Seems like it's some type of obstruction or barging, and sending out one of the Canadians out for 1 minute.
Yeah, that's right. It was definitely for obstruction. Unfortunately for the Canadians, it's number 7, So Jean-Philippe Langelia is going to spend a minute in the bin for obstruction, and it's a shame because at that point in time they probably started to dictate the play a little bit more than the USA team. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. He probably just got a little bit excited, and now he's going to spend a minute in the bin. So not surprisingly, the USA have gone for a big drive down their left-hand side, all the way to their attacking left-hand corner, putting the Canadians under a lot of pressure with one player down, Sam.
Oh, definitely. You can't blame them. They're down 2 points. They want to score back again, and they must do anything that they need to do to score the point. Of course, if they call it obstruction, then that's what it is. You have now USA playing with 6 players, and Canada is playing with 5 players. So right now, USA has the advantage of scoring another point because of the points, the bodies in the water.
Yeah, that's right. They definitely have the numerical advantage, and they are pushing right into the middle of the tray. As we flick to the underwater view, unfortunately, I think one of the players has just kicked that camera, so we just need to get it adjusted so we can see a bit better. But I can tell you that the play is basically staying in that attacking left-hand corner of the USA. The Canadians are trying their hardest to get it out of there as they slowly bring the puck out. But, yeah, it looks to me like it's still sort of anyone's game, anyone's sort of momentum of the game to grab, and the Canadians are doing a good drive down, slowly but surely out of their defence right now, as the Americans scramble back and rotate to try and stop that momentum, Sam.
A great defense, definitely by Canada there. 3 minutes into the second half, score is 3-1. USA is leading the game right now. Once again, they're back in the corner. We see some guys subbing right there, Canadian subbing at this time. And we have...
I think that puck might have just gone in the tray there. The refs are just conferring,
Yes.
but it looks to me like it's a goal for the USA.
Another goal for USA.
So well done, USA. I believe number 1 from USA, Samuel Mariani Baez, has scored the USA's 4th goal to put them 4-1 in front of Canada with 2.5 minutes to go in this second half. So the USA have got to be pretty happy with their position with 2.5 minutes to go at the moment with a timeout, Sam.
Yes, this is like the Coach Ian from New Zealand is asked for a timeout, so little time on the clock. Do you think it's a type of strategy?
I wouldn't be surprised. He's probably just giving these guys a breather. I mean, as a coach, 4-1 up with 2.5 minutes to go, it's a pretty comfortable position. He obviously had a timeout to use, so realised that he hadn't used it up until that point, so best to give the guys a breather before they just put in that last-ditch effort for the last 2.5 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, if the Canadians come out harder because of it, because it does give the Canadians a bit of a rest. But that's the danger that you've got to take, I guess, Sam.
Most definitely. Either it can actually help you or actually hurt you, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, from a psyche point of view, there was a little bit of a break there from the USA, so I think the chief ref was all over that. Unfortunately, the chief ref probably could have waited for the USA guy to go back and touch the wall and not call a break. Some referees do wait to see if they're going to go back to touch the wall. What happens is if you leave the wall before the buzzer and then you stop and go back and touch the wall, just as long as the rest of your team didn't break, it actually isn't a break. So because you're not in the play, you have to be trying to affect the play, having broken to have a break called. So unfortunately for the USA in that instance, the chief referee just called the break straight away as the in-water referee is now playing advantage in that deep sort of defensive area of the USA corner as the Canadians sort of press their attack. Looks like there was a bit of a stick infringement against Canada as the USA get an advantage puck. As the USA get an advantage puck. Let's see, we've got a little bit of trouble with the clock right now. There we go, the clock's fixed. 1:44 to go. Hopefully that doesn't affect the actual time required for this game as we track into the last minute and a half of this very close game between America and Canada. Sam.
Well, it seems that Canada still hasn't given up. They're still trying their best to push the puck up in the goal. We have another official call here. This time is against Team USA. Team official is calling, I believe it was a sticking freshman, and setting up the line now.
Yeah, that's right. I think it might have actually been for gloving, and maybe they did some gloving with one of those 6 Alagua gloves that Amar has been making. I'd like to thank that 6 Alagua and all the guys that put in all the effort to make those sticks and gloves, and they're one of our major sponsors for this competition. The USA are giving a bit of communication to the rest of their team. I think the Canadian coach has called his last time out, so everyone's coming together for a little bit of a breather. Jordan's getting his Canadians in just to have one last chat to make sure his team carries it all the way to the line in this very close game, Sam.
I believe that Canada has the opportunity to score once more if they really push the game now with this type of conditions now. They're all rested right now. It seems like they have a strategy and they're going to try to stick to it and see what happens now.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's a good idea for the Canadian coach to use his timeout in this case, just to sort of solidify in his players' heads what he wants them to do on this play. It looks like they're going to try a bit of a drive straight on that 45 as the USA come out. They sort of left a gap for the USA to swim into there, but it didn't really seem to work in Canada's advantage. I think they just kind of cut the puck down and took it to the wall. So unfortunately for Canada, that particular play, well, it didn't work initially. Mind you, they've got a really good drive on the tray at the moment. So let's see what happens in this next 5 to 10 seconds, Sam.
Oh, definitely. You see the Canadian pushing the puck really hard. It seems that USA managed to defend that drive, and we have an official call. I think it's sticking freshman or gloving towards against Team USA.
Yeah, that's right. I think that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that what that signal was from the ref, but it's definitely against USA and for Canada. So another opportunity for Canada to score with 50 seconds to go in this game. The puck came through that first line of the USA defenders there. Canada pressing the tray. Unfortunately, the ref's right in the line of view, and we can't tell him because he's under the water, but looks like the USA have just managed to bring that puck out all the way over to their sub-bench side, which is a good move. And will allow them a little bit of time to get some fresh plays in there for this last 30 seconds, Sam.
28 seconds, and they seem to be holding the puck at the moment. USA and Canada on the wall right now. Canada is not giving up yet. Game's not over. Still pushing to try to score one more time.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's obviously not over until the final buzzer, and from a TV point of view, you definitely want to see these games out all the way to the end. That's the last second going down, and they've definitely called the time. So unfortunately for the USA, for Canada, the USA have won this Canada-America grudge match 4-1 in the opening day of this competition. So well done to the under-23 USA men's team, and commiserations. A very hard-fought game by the Canadian under-23 men's team. Unfortunately for those guys, there can only be one winner in this case, and on this day the USA men have come out of this game victorious, Sam.
Yes, final score was on Canada. Can't forget our sponsors. We have the Tasmania state government, the Tourist Tasmania, events of Tasmania. We have the city of Hobart, the Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Center, which is a great and awesome facility.
Yeah, that's it, mate. We can't forget our sponsors, and you've pretty much mentioned them all there, except for Vertex, our sports guys that have provided us with all these amazing referees, volunteers, and officials suits for this competition, which has been awesome. Everyone's looking very sharp as we cross to the pool deck, and Nick Martin and Jack Robertisso are going to talk to some of the players as they come out of the water. Thanks for commentating with me today, Sam, on this great USA versus Canada game.
It was a pleasure.
Cheers,
My
mate.
pleasure.
Okay, so we're live from the pool deck here on court one, and joining me on the pool deck we've got the American captain, the number one,
Hi.
And what's your name?
Samuel.
Samuel, thanks for joining us. Looks like a hard-fought game in there.
Yeah, it was pretty tough to say the least. They have really strong players, and they took it to us.
Yeah. So it's the battle of the North Americas. So 4-1, you guys have managed to come away with a win in that one. Strategy going in against the Canadians. Obviously, you guys know them well. You play them quite often.
Yeah. They really wanted to go on the wall, so what we really did was whenever they got it to the wall, we tried to swing or right off the advantage. We take a hard left or hard right, and we just swing it all the way around. And they had power, but not as much maneuverability as we did, so sometimes we deke them out and we head down the wall and we just keep barreling it down the wall. That's all we did.
So get you to turn around and face the camera, mate, so the people back home can see you. And last time at Worlds, one American team. This time you've got 3 teams here. Is hockey on the increase in the US of A?
Yeah, I was in the original team in Spain. Yeah, it's increasing slowly. We're getting more and more players. It was still kind of a struggle. We have 10 players right now. We don't have a full team. So, one of us get hurt, that's it. But it's on the increase, definitely, yeah.
Thanks for joining us on the pool deck. Do you have a message for the fans back home?
I love you guys, and keep going, and hopefully we can bring another team next time we come to the Worlds.
Well, congratulations on the victory, mate, and good luck for the rest of the tournament. And I did have a young Canadian player here, but he seems to have run away from me. So from court 1, that's all for this evening. Thanks, guys.